Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I hope that you know my name is Richard Allan. No, I'm just kidding. I hope that you're not freaking out today. I hope that you're not panicking. Just like I hope you didn't panic a few days ago when the stock market tanked like it is right now. I realized something today. I have this subscription to Barron's, which is a fantastic news outlet, and I don't use them. But there's a really good article that I want to share with you guys today. So hopefully, maybe take your mind off of everything going on today. Maybe, I hope. There's like a perfect storm of things going on right now that's causing these crazy fluctuations right now in the market. But this this article I want to share with you are 4 brand new SPAC mergers that were just announced yesterday. And some of them are pretty cool. One of them, the last one I'm going to talk about, is potentially one of the companies that Nano Dimension was thinking of acquiring. If you remember, Yoav Stern said the SPAC frenzy in the United States is causing some companies to see higher valuations, and I think he may be referring to this last company we're going to talk about. So stick around to the end. I think you're going to like what I have for you. I'm just kidding. I can't pull off that stock mo intro. Guys, okay, so the article here, it says 4 SPAC mergers worth $16 billion were announced on Wednesday. What you need to know. It says another day, another flood of startups going public via mergers with blank check companies. An electric air taxi company, an AI-powered robotics firm, a 3D printing startup, and an Indian wind and solar energy utility all announced transactions with special purpose acquisition companies or SPACs on Wednesday morning. The deals are set to bring some $16 billion worth of new companies public. All are in some of the trendiest and most futuristic pockets of the market, and they expect to have about $800 million in combined revenue this year. So it starts off with the highest value deal announced on Wednesday is a $6.6 billion combination of Joby Aviation with Reinvent Technology Partners. The SPAC is backed by LinkedIn co-founder turned venture capitalist Reid Hoffman and the Zynga founder Mark Pincus. Now, this one's actually pretty exciting. We're gonna read a bunch of this article here, but this is backed by some pretty cool people. It says Joby has been developing a battery electric air taxi for the past decade and sees a future in which commuters will glide above gridlocked car traffic for the price of an Uber Black, but in the fraction of the time. Its 6-rotor, 4-passenger electric vertical takeoff and landing, or eVTOL aircraft, has a range of up to 150 miles and can go 200 miles an hour. A lot of car companies are actually announcing that they're working on these eVTOL vehicles. It's pretty cool that this company is going public, and I think people are pretty excited about it. Again, I'm going to pull up the charts as we talk about each of these as well, just to kind of show you where these are. It says Joby plans to launch its first air taxi service in a to-be-determined U.S. city in 2024 and expects to have almost 1,000 aircraft in service in 3 markets by 2026. Management forecasts $2.1 billion in revenue and $824 million in adjusted EBITDA, or earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization that year. So, the merger with Reinvent Technology Partners will provide Joby with about $1.5 billion in cash to fund future development, including $690 million from the SPAC's trust and $835 from the PIPE. The PIPE is from institutional investors including BlackRock, Fidelity, and Bailey Gifford. Guys, these are big companies, so I was excited to see those 3. Joby's existing strategic partners and investors include Toyota, which will help the eVTOL manufacturing, and Uber, which sold its competing Uber Elevate business to Joby last month and will offer its flights in its app in the future. Toyota is going to be helping them with manufacturing, and Uber just sold their Uber Elevate business to Joby last month and will offer Joby flights on their Uber app. So that's actually really cool. Again, this SPAC is going public via the company RTP. When this was announced yesterday, the stock did go up here and then it went way back down. But this right now, this 12.55 it just dropped to, seems like a bargain for this company. So get this one on your radar, okay? It says management expects the merger to close by the end of the second quarter, when Reinvent Technologies stock will convert to shares in Joby under the to be determined ticker. The SPAC stock added 4% on Wednesday to $13.46. That values Joby at about $8.9 billion, based on 660 million shares to be outstanding after the deal closes. All right, the second one is RMGB. If you are familiar, RMG took Romeo Power. RMG1 took Romeo Power public. So RMG2 is taking this company, Renew Power, public. It's India's largest pure-play renewable energy producer, and they're going to be going public at an equity value of $4.4 billion or an enterprise value of close to $8 billion. Management expects it to close in the second quarter, when RMG's 2 ticker will change to RNW. Renew says it currently has over 5 gigawatts of capacity and evenly split between wind and solar, and expect to reach 18.5 gigawatts in its fiscal 2025, which ends in March. The company sees big growth in Indian renewable power demand ahead. The government has a target of reaching 450 gigawatts of renewable energy generation in the next decade, and 5 times today installed capacity. Renew earned $578 million in EBITDA on $699 million in revenue in its latest fiscal year, which it sees growing to $1.7 billion and $2 billion respectively in 4 years. Those are wide profit margins. The deal with RMG2, whose sponsors brought Romeo Power public last year, will provide Renew with $345 million from the SPAC's trust and $855 million from a PIPE led by investors like BlackRock and Chamath Palihapitiya. Some $500 million of that will go to buying out existing shareholders, with the rest going to Renew's balance sheet. Current investors, including Goldman Sachs, the Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board, and the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, will own about 70% of the post-merger company. RMG2 stock closed up 5.5% at $11.72 on Wednesday, implying a market value of $5.1 billion based on 437 million post-merger shares. Now, RMG2 is down to 11.05 today. It actually got down, I believe, to 10.86 at one point. Yeah, it got down to 10.86 at one point a little bit earlier. And it's recovered a little bit since then. Now, again, I think this one is a bargain at this price right here as well, especially for a company with profitability right now, and so many great backers like BlackRock and Chamath. So that one I'm excited about as well. All right, the third one, the next SPAC merger deal announced Wednesday, is all about robot arms, specifically AI-enabled robot arms with suction cups at the end of them for use in automated warehouses for picking, packing, shipping, and order fulfillment. Bedford, Massachusetts-based Berkshire Gray was founded in 2013 by its current CEO, Tom Wagner, who formerly served as CTO at iRobot. iRobot is like the Roomba vacuum that runs around your house and runs into your walls and chases your dog around. Yeah. It plans to merge with RAAC, that's the ticker symbol on this one, at an equity value of about $2.7 billion. The thesis is that e-commerce is exploding, and Amazon is setting the pace in the industry with one-day shipping and an endless selection of products. Amazon already has dozens of warehouses buzzing with robots, and Berkshire Gray aims to be the arms dealer to other retailers hoping to keep up with Amazon. The company estimates that 5% of warehouses are currently automated. Berkshire Gray counts Walmart, FedEx, Target, and TJX companies among its existing customers, and says it has a pipeline of accounts worth $1.7 billion over the coming 5 years. So that's pretty exciting stuff. The merger with RAAC, which is backed by former Congressman and presidential candidate John Delaney and former AOL CEO Steve Case, will provide Berkshire Gray with $1.88 million in cash from its trust, plus $165 million from a PIPE funded by investors including BlackRock and, again, Chamath Palihapitiya. The company's existing investors include Khosla Ventures and SoftBank Group. So again, backed by some really, really good people. It says Berkshire Gray expects to have $927 million in revenue and $232 million in adjusted EBITDA in 2025. The deal is expected to close in the second quarter of this year. RAAC stock jumped 18.8% on Wednesday to $12.95, which would give Berkshire Gray a market value of $3.5 billion based on 274 million shares outstanding after the merger. Now, again, this is very similar, right? The whole market is kind of right now. RAAC is down 10% today to $11.65. Again, guys, a lot of these SPACs, especially that Chamath and BlackRock and some of these other big investors take part of, don't stay under $12, under $11 for very long. So please get these on your radar. All right. And the one that maybe was going to be taken over by Nano Dimension, we'll see. Finally, Wednesday also saw a $2.1 billion deal announced in the 3D printing space between Markforged and a SPAC simply called One, or A1. Markforged additive manufacturing platform called the Digital Forge can print in metals like steel or copper and composites like carbon fiber or Kevlar. Pretty freaking cool. The company says its products are already in use in 10,000 facilities in 70 countries. It expects the additive manufacturing industry to grow from $18 billion in 2021 to $118 billion in 2029. That could boost Markforged revenue from $88 billion this year at $706 million in 4 years, when it will be in 100,000 facilities worldwide, the company forecasts. It also expects $172 million in 2025 adjusted EBITDA. Desktop Metals, that's another company that is beat down right now. I've talked to a couple of you about Desktop Metals lately. Desktop Metals was a SPAC that Chamath Palihapitiya was part of the PIPE there as well. The merger with One will provide Markforged with $215 million in cash from the SPAC's trust and $210 million from a PIPE from Barron Capital, BlackRock, and Wellington Management. Existing investors include Microsoft's venture fund and also the automaker Porsche. Pretty sweet. The transaction is expected to close in the summer with when One ticker symbol will convert to MKFG. One stock surged 20% on Wednesday to $13.66 with 206 million post-merger shares outstanding, which implies a market value of $2.8 billion for Markforged. Guys, let's take a peek at this chart. This is the only one that is above where their gains were yesterday. It jumped up to, actually today at one point, it was $15.10. It gapped up this morning before going back down and filling that gap to where we saw yesterday's numbers. So, guys, I hope this helped keep your mind off the crazy market right now. It helped, filming this helped me keep my mind off the crazy market right now because it's been absolutely madness. I think these 4 SPACs are all priced really, really well right now. But hey, let me know down in the comments which one of these 4 is your favorite, or maybe you hate them all. I don't know. Maybe you can't focus on anything else but how crazy the market is. I hope you can. I hope you're not panicking. But maybe you are. I don't know. I like you guys. Stay calm. I'm not gonna pray with you or breathe with you or do any sort of weird meditation. But I will sit here and try to help you get through this because I think it's necessary. Again, these 4 companies I think are really, really exciting. I don't know if I have a favorite. I think if I had to pick one to invest in, I'm not going to tell you. You tell me in the comments and we'll have a discussion. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another video. I appreciate you. Again, I'm Richard Allan. If you didn't already do it, please change that white like button to a blue like button. I would love for you to do that. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.